Back in the saddle.
Back in the saddle.
Welcome back to another episode of Black Sheep Narrative. I think that we have eclipsed past 20 episodes now. I want to say we're close to it, but that's a pretty big marker.
Yeah, we're 22.
Yeah.
This is episode 23.
Wow.
Boom. Last one with the UAP
Yeah.
was 22.
Wow.
And if you haven't checked that out, go check out the UAP episode and let us know your thoughts. Is it real?
Is it real?
Is
And
it
what is
real?
it? Or is
I
it a
don't know.
drone? Or is it like a Chinese drone? Or is it an American
Watching
drone?
the videos, it's creepy.
It's fucking
and if you don't
weird.
have time to go watch it, that's fine. Just Google it. What is it? It's the
You can just I'm sure you could just Google jellyfish UAP over Iraq and it will come up.
dude. It's insane.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
Yeah. So what's going on in the world of Nick? Happy Sunday to you.
Happy Sunday. Cheers. We made it another week, but tomorrow's Monday. But just dude, in the thick of grad school right now. This is my third week already in. So
Dude,
now we're actually getting into it. So
yeah.
It's a lot, dude. I give my kudos to it's interesting in the counseling career field because for us in my cohort, there's 15 people and there's only 4 of us or 3 of us that are males. The counseling profession is dominated by women.
Oh shit.
And it's interesting that a lot of at NAU, there's a lot of people that are coming into the program to be school counselors. So we have a lot of school counselors there, and a lot of people work a 9 to 5, and a lot of people are either a teachers or doing whatever. It's very small, minute of us that, I mean, I have the opportunity that, I got the GI Bill from the military, so I'm getting paid to go to school, but there's not a lot of people that can just say, hey, I'm just going to take all my efforts and put it into school. So a lot of these people working 9 to 5s have children, because the majority of them are actually I think the average age is like 40-ish, usually it's people that already had a job, like had a profession, and they're like, I need to do something different. Like this is their second profession that they jump into because they feel like they're not making a difference or whatever, midlife crisis kind of thing. But I'm like thinking of the parents that are out there that are working the 9 to 5 and doing grad school and have kids. I'm like,
it's a lot.
It's so much. Like I'm reading at least 100 plus pages a week. I have to do journal articles or discussion boards or quizzes every single week. So it's just like, okay, they say for every credit hour you do, you have to put in like 6 hours outside of school.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about these people that are just, it's crazy. So kudos to them, dude. Bad motherfuckers in there, like fucking working and doing grad school and with kids, like chaos. How about yourself?
Just been busy,
Yeah.
Busy, hectic time of year. But dude, I don't know. Like, you've been watching football and stuff, obviously.
Yeah. Right? Last weekend was a fucking disaster for the Steelers, but whatever.
Yeah, and that's my frustration. Eagles played like shit, but there's been some good games. Both the games yesterday were fucking kick ass, right?
But yeah, both of the games yesterday were very good.
Baltimore just looks unfucking stoppable.
Dude, Lamar Jackson is a fucking maniac.
Yeah, and so we'll see. And then, dude, what's crazy? So obviously, watching football. I don't know why, but there was a commercial that came on with Tim Tebow.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck happened to that dude? And so I was scrolling back through and I came across these articles. Have you ever heard about him circumcising kids in the Philippines?
Yeah.
I never knew this.
It was someone was talking about it on the Rogan podcast. I just watched a clip of it.
On the Rogan?
Yeah, they were talking about Tim Tebow, how he's going to the Philippines and circumcising kids now.
What the fuck is up with that?
I don't know, but could you imagine Tim Tebow coming and fucking circumcising your kids in the fucking Philippines?
But he had to make that choice.
Yeah,
he had to say, I want to go circumcise some kids.
Yeah, like that's what I want to do. Like that's what my calling is.
Shut the fuck up. I could think of a million other ways you could help deprived kids and going over and cutting their wieners.
Yeah, in the name of God.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
So yeah, I pulled up, dude. Like, to me, that just cracks me up. I don't get it.
Dude,
I don't get it.
what's the
So
backstory of circumcision? Like
I
why
don't.
is that a
It's
thing?
religious, right?
No, it is.
But
It's definitely a religious connotation. Is it like for cleanliness? I want to say.
who knows?
I don't know. Like why does Tim
I don't
Tebow
know.
feel the calling that he's
Well,
doing?
yeah, it has
God,
something to do with religion. That's why, like, it's become a thing. It's become like a standard of our, like, is it Christian ways? I don't know.
I don't know.
But we have to check that out. I really don't know. But yeah, I came across this article and I was just blown away. Like, what the fuck? Because not only that, like, if you read the article, it talks about how he's going over to the Philippines and circumcising kids. Trip to the orphanage his father's ministry runs in Southeast Asia. Tim assisted in the care of more than 250 Filipinos who underwent medical and dental procedures, including circumcisions. But so he also jumped in, I guess, and was like, let me help you with your dental problems.
Doctor
And, like,
Doctor
dude,
Tebow's
but that's
coming
the other
over.
thing. So two things to this story. If you're Tim Tebow, why do you choose to go circumcise kids?
Like, did God come down and say, "I need you to cut wieners for
Yeah.
me"?
That blows my mind. And then on the flip side, if I'm a poor little Filipino kid and I need a circumcision, I don't want Tim Tebow doing it, who doesn't know what the fuck he's doing down there.
No, I just cut like what's he got? The fucking scissors out? Or
Oh
just
shit! Can you imagine? Just I'm pulling the skin and snip. No, fuck you.
Does anyone have a
Get the
conversation?
fuck away from me, Tim Tebow.
Leave
God
my
damn.
wiener alone.
Right. I've seen you on the football field running around like a freight train. You're not touching my wiener.
And then he's doing dental procedures.
It said dental procedures in here too. It said they helped out with dental procedures, so he was cutting wiener skin and pulling teeth.
Yeah, like getting your wisdom teeth out. I know how to do this. It can't be that hard.
God damn.
Thanks,
Dude,
Tim Tebow.
That's wild to
Doing
me.
God's work.
Doing God's work, I guess, dude. That is fucking nuts. But yeah, so I came across that article and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like, don't know. But fall from grace, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I guess good for him, but I don't know.
I love Tim Tebow as a football player, man. Even when he joined the Eagles, I was hoping he was going to stay on the roster in some format.
Yeah.
And that just blew my mind. I couldn't believe that shit. Yeah. Then UFC. Oh, here's another. Here, let me pull this up, dude. Last night I went down rabbit holes.
Fuck yeah, dude. I love it.
So you watch UFC?
Every once in a while. It depends on who's fighting. I know there was a big fight last night, right?
I wouldn't call it big.
Was it good?
Just yeah.
Really?
I don't know, man. Like I feel like it's lost a lot of hype. There's been some good fights in the recent past, but like just the people that are holding champion, like dude, Israel Adesanya,
Yeah.
he lost his title to what's that dude? Strickland.
Okay.
He fought last night. Well, he lost the title, so it's just
Strickland
turning.
lost it.
Yeah, so it's just turning over the title. You know, we just need some good fucking. Not that I'm saying Strickland's a bad fighter. It's just I don't know. It's cool when you have like a dominant force in that spot.
Yeah.
Just whooping people's asses but then this so I went down this rabbit hole and there was this guy named Johnny Walker and I think he fought in the UFC for a little bit, right?
Okay.
And there's this little clip of him and I think it's after he got ousted out of the UFC because he kind of sucked.
Mm-hmm.
And he's fighting in some smaller arena and this motherfucker gets knocked out 4 times in the same fight.
What?
Dude, you want to see this shit?
Yeah, pull it up.
It is fucking ridiculous. I watched this and I was like, oh my God, this motherfucker just got ham-towned. Dude, God damn it. I don't know how to share my screen. Here we go. Johnny Walker.
Johnny Walker. The Johnny Walker.
Can you see that on the screen?
Mm-mm.
Of course you can. God damn.
Now I can. Knocked out 4 times.
Knocked out 4 times in one fight. And it's like back to back. Watch this. Oh, boom. He's out. Wait. Boom. He's out. No, wait. I'm good. Boom.
You know what?
I'm out.
Fucking
Wait.
seen
Nope.
these clips, dude.
Wait. Oh, and then watch this flop.
God damn, dude.
After he gets knocked out, he stands up and flops. And the poor referee who should have grabbed his head.
Yeah.
He fucking I love that post-fight flop. I've never seen it. Dude got destroyed. Anyways, so that's the rabbit hole I went down, and I thought you would enjoy to see that.
No, I did. I appreciate that.
Johnny
fucking
Walker gets knocked out 4 times in one fight. Poor fucking bastard.
Dude, I was watching fucking Disney Plus the other day.
Disney Plus.
Yeah, so it's my mom's Disney Plus. Thanks, Mom. And now they have ad service, right? Like, dude. And then I went down the Reddit threads about like streaming services, right? It's going full circle now.
Mm-hmm.
Disney Plus, Hulu had it, and I said, "Fuck that! I'm not fucking doing Hulu if that has ads." Right? Disney Plus used to not have ads. Netflix used to not have ads. Right? Now they're coming out with fucking another streaming service, or like
you pay extra
to
avoid the
without
ads.
fucking ads now, and it's still going up in price. Like Netflix went up to like $15.99 a month.
Yeah,
but that's with ads. Now,
oh, they're gonna put ads in Netflix?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. I knew they were doing it with Hulu.
Yeah. Well, Hulu had it originally.
Yeah.
But you had to pay extra not to have ads.
Right.
Disney Plus originally did not have ads. Now it has ads.
Yeah, and Disney Plus you pay like, because I buy that. It's like $14 a month for the Disney Hulu ESPN combo.
Yes. But it's frustrating because it's like it'll be in the beginning of a show, like watching a Disney Plus show. And then 15 minutes in or so, if the show is like 45 minutes long,
yeah,
it'll be like 15 minutes in, ad. 5 minutes after that, ad. 5 minutes after that,
every
ad.
5 minutes.
5 minutes after that, ad. They have 4 or 5 ads within a 45-minute show, and the ads are a minute and 30 seconds long. So we'll have
people
it will just be
start canceling them.
Boom, 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 and then the ending, they have like the last 10 minutes of the show that's without ads. So the beginning and the end, but it's like, dude, you're in the meat of the show and it's getting fucking intense, and then an ad pops up. And it's like, God damn it, dude. It's like I'm watching TV now. It's like back to regular TV.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they got to make their money, dude.
That's why. But they're making money, dude. The Netflix fucking show
100%.
that they're making profit.
Yeah. It's just more profit. Right? And that's what sucks is, dude, because the same thing happened. Like, look at what the NFL's doing. Like, all right, now if you want to watch Thursday Night Football, you got to be on fucking Amazon.
Peacock,
and then,
dude.
yes, the Peacock game, that one pissed me off. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I don't want your Peacock service, dude.
Well, and then next year it's going to be like, it's Peacock and fucking whatever. And
it's going to be multiples. Like, you're already doing it. Amazon for Thursday night.
Yeah.
So if you're not an Amazon Prime member, you're not going to watch.
You can't watch your game.
And you have to watch. And for some reason, I know that they said that it was based on like bandwidth, and they were gonna like Amazon. The way they're doing it is like at my house. Thursday Night Football is always choppy. All my friends are like, oh, I see it crystal clear. Mine, it's like, no, it looks like shit. But all my other services look great.
Yeah.
Like YouTube TV, fucking Hulu, Netflix, it all looks great. But I try and watch Thursday Night Football. It's unwatchable.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just a way for them to make more money. You know, they sign a contract. Yep. Give us that Skrilla.
I know.
Give us that money.
I know. And then that's why I'm waiting to watch. This is why I'm waiting. I know the script is out for the NFL, and everyone's saying the fucking Baltimore Ravens and San Francisco 49ers in the Super Bowl. That's the script because of the fucking the colors of the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be fucking Kansas City in the Super Bowl again.
You do?
Dude, it's going to be the most watched game of all time if you can get Kansas City in the Super Bowl. With Taylor Swift, the new Taylor Swift thing that's going on.
Yeah. I hope not. And, you know, I want to see the 49ers. I do want to see Baltimore in it. I would love to see
Lamar Jackson run 200 yards.
He needs his chance to get there. But the thing that's crazy to me is like the NFL, they already make so much money off of NFL Sunday Ticket, right? Between them and DirecTV. They already have that partnership. Like, think about it. You can't watch your team's games throughout the season half the time anyhow. You have to follow along unless you have NFL Sunday Ticket.
Which is fucking really expensive.
Yeah. It's like $350. So it's like, fuck. I don't know why they're pulling in all these other streaming services. It's dumb.
Yeah. And with NFL Sunday Ticket, you can't watch the playoff games with it. You can only watch regular season.
Right. Yeah. So NFL Sunday Ticket's already done.
Yeah.
Now you're just but that's cool. Like we got playoff games today too. I'm excited for those.
Yeah, Detroit, dude.
Detroit.
I hope.
Oh, that's
I
right.
need Detroit. I'm a huge fucking.
I love
Detroit.
Detroit. I love them this year. It's a huge underdog story.
Fuck
I love
yeah, it
Baltimore,
is.
so I don't know.
I want to see Detroit win it with Dan Campbell.
Yeah, I love Dan Campbell.
Dude, fuck, man. He's just
raw and
real,
rugged.
man.
He don't give a fuck.
Did you watch that last week? Because they beat the Rams, right? It was
Yeah.
Matt Stafford's coming home, and people
Yeah.
were calling the Rams to beat Detroit in Detroit.
Yeah.
And they almost did. But Detroit
It was a
held
good game.
on in the last fucking
Jared Goff.
drive. Jared Goff, man.
Man.
And there was a video of Dan Campbell and then the GM for Detroit. And I don't know his name, but they're in the locker room after the game,
Mhm.
and they're all just fucking like Dan Campbell's real, man. He's fucking swearing, like just being real, dude.
Yeah.
It's like they didn't fucking believe in us. Look what we did, and like just calling out Jared. I forget what he said about Jared Goff, like the exact words, but more or less is like, you're worth it. Like
Yeah.
you deserve to be here, Jared, because
Yeah.
he beat. The big thing was
What do you say?
the
He
Matt-
said you're good enough for Detroit.
yeah, that's it.
He
You're
said,
good
yeah.
enough for Detroit, because the big thing was Jared Goff got traded by the Rams, and
Mhm.
the Rams
For-
spent
yeah.
a lot of money to get and draft picks to get Matt Stafford, because they believe Jared Goff wasn't the one that was
Right.
going to win the Super Bowl for them.
Right.
And that was
Right.
the
Because
game.
he actually played in the Super Bowl with the Rams and lost.
Yeah.
Jared Goff. So he got him there once before.
Yeah.
Lost,
But they just thought he wasn't going to do it again. So that was a big.
Yeah, that's what's crazy. And I was talking to my wife about it in the NFL. It's like, you never know, man. Like even look at Baker Mayfield. Like Baker Mayfield went to the Panthers. Did you see that article?
Yeah.
Like Panthers are like, he's not our guy. He
Mhm.
can't do shit. And they had him playing O-line on their practice squad.
Oh, I didn't
They
see that.
Yeah,
dude.
there's
That's a
pictures of
fucking-
him
that's-
lining up, and they're like, well, Panthers, they're like, you guys are fucking idiots. Like, this motherfucker's winning playoff games right now, and you had him fucking practicing
That's a
on the
slap in
O-line,
the face for
you
him.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah, now he's fucking Tampa Bay, beat the Eagles, fucking
Dude,
rolling forward.
That's a whole different fucking story, man. I just love the storylines from the NFL.
Yeah, but it's just cool because you never know with that player, right? Like even Brock
Purdy. Dude, Jordan Love almost fucking beat them last night.
Dude,
Green Bay almost beat
Green Bay's
fucking the 49ers.
He's gonna be a killer too, and that's what I'm saying. You just never know with some of these players, like people that you write off that fucking just never know. Even, what's his name for the Browns?
Oh, Joe Flacco. I know. If they had Nick Chubb, I think they win a playoff game. But yeah. I mean, dude, that's what I'm a big fan of the NFL. I really like the playoffs, and as they say, like all you need is a ticket to the dance. I mean, look at fucking Dallas, dude. Got absolutely annihilated last week. And it's like they were called to be the Super Bowl champs. Like they killed them. It doesn't matter about the regular season, dude.
Yeah.
Like you can sneak your way in.
Right. Look at the Eagles. Eagles dominated the entire season up to like the last 3 weeks of the
and then
looked unstoppable.
What in the fuck happened, dude?
I don't know. There's grumblings that shit's going on in the locker room between some of the players, and fuck them. Like, gotta get rid of them. But Nick Sirianni's coming back.
Yeah.
So that's good.
As he should be. I mean,
yeah.
Excuse me. He led them to Super Bowl. He's led them to, this is a very big disappointment this year, but
yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
You know. All right, you want to do some comments?
Yeah, let's do the comments.
Let's get the people going. We only have 2 comments this week, which is fine, but Ryan the Problem Child. So he was talking about LiDAR. LiDAR is changing everything about these types of finds around the world. Oh, because that's right. Like we talked about earlier, the UAP, octopus UAP.
Well, we were talking about LiDAR in regards to the Amazon rainforest and how they're being able to, like the topography of it. You're able to see structures now in straight lines in the Amazon rainforest, where before people don't realize the gigantic size of the Amazon rainforest, and like they're still finding structures in there.
Yeah.
And they're doing it over in the Middle East too, like with Göbekli Tepe, over in Turkey.
Yeah, that one.
Which is like they're dating it 12,000 years ago, 12,000 BC, like which is just absolutely it just throws off everything, dude. Throws off the timeline.
Yeah,
but people don't talk about it.
Yeah.
So
LiDAR is cool, man. Dude, they're even bringing out lidar. Like lidar is being used with camera equipment now. Like all these cameras, a lot of them are now using lidar focus, where it can sense like objects and it can like dial in focus instantly and shit.
Oh.
Like there's new camera technology. Lidar is heavily involved with it. Pretty badass.
That is fucking crazy.
Pretty cool. Stiggs McQueen 3178. Completely agree with calling out other companies for if their formulas aren't good. If they don't want to get called out, then they need to work on improving their formulas. Yep. Yeah, I stopped reviewing products, and I don't think I'm going to be really calling many people out, but that's true. I mean, the review industry is huge when it comes to supplements, and people are becoming more educated. And while I might not be the one doing it, others definitely will.
Why'd you end up stopping
the reviews? I just feel like it's the right step. I mean, it's a lot of work.
No,
right?
for
Like
sure.
getting the products in and started looking at it, it's like, man, like we're so short on resources that like I can't, it's taken away from the business.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Just
yeah,
the
these
time.
might get me views and they might, educate people, but it's taken away from what our goal is. So we have to focus on the business and dump all our resources there.
Yeah, because ultimately you wanted to circle back like on the business, and you did a good job of circling back and being like top pre-workouts, what I believe. And you were true with it, but obviously you're going to put in UXO because you truly believe that it's the best pre-workout. It's not just like, well, to be biased,
right?
But
I would be honest with that too, because then I do like top 3 high stim pre-workouts. UXO wouldn't be in there because we just don't have anything that I feel is up there.
You just didn't find
same thing with non-stim before we released non-stim pre.
Yeah.
But yeah, I design everything to try and be the best.
Yeah, you just didn't see any like as much return on investment. Like you were.
No, it's like I said, it got us views, it got people to follow the account and stuff, but no, it's not gonna deliver as big of a return on investment by focusing on the business and driving it forward, right?
Yeah.
If I'm promoting other people's stuff and talking it up and educating people, I can still educate people through ingredient breakdowns on our products, or like why we didn't choose specific ingredients that you might find in other formulas, and why doses are the way they should be dosed. And if you're coming in up under a certain amount, then we'll still educate people that way. Just not going to be reviewing other people's products.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because it was a lot of work. You were spending hours on it a day.
It seemed like, yeah. Feels like it. Like it's content creation's a motherfucker,
Yeah, it is, but it's the name of the game, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah. So what we got, man?
So I wanted to, I've had a lot of questions, and I know a lot of people have asked me and talking about the gym related stuff. And there's a lot of people that want to open up a gym. There's a lot. You talk a lot about to people in the bodybuilding world. See, that's what I'm saying, dude. They're like people that love the sport. There's a lot of people that are getting into the sport, powerlifting or bodybuilding or whatever. And the first thing they think is like, I fucking love this. Like, I could open up a gym. Like,
I could do this.
I could do this. I could see myself running it. I love it. I could.
And vision's always cool.
Yeah, dude.
Always cool to be like, hey, I can do this, but
like
you guys start peeling back the curtains.
Dude, wouldn't it be sweet to fucking be in a gym 24/7? Like this could be my life. And like, I just wanted to be real and raw with people. And we're on, April will be our year mark.
Is it coming up?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk to people about opening up a gym, and I wanted to talk to people about some things they should think about, or some things that they might have not thought about, and just the realization of what it costs and what to think about, So I was gonna kind of go down that route today and see if people want to open up a gym now, people don't want to open up a gym. So I'm just going to give people some tips and tricks.
See, I think for me, like, and I'm just joking when I say I want to open up a gym, because I don't want to open up a public gym. I don't want to deal with all that. I just want to have like UXO expand to a point where we can have like a small gym in here, like a private gym that we could train, get photo content. Yeah. I don't want to deal with all the shit that you do.
There's a lot, dude. There's a lot to it that people don't realize. Like, and once you jump, we jumped head first, and we're like, okay, we got to fucking figure this shit out.
Yeah, that's all you can do.
And you learn every day, right? But I'll give a little backstory at first. And so our beginnings, like, I've been powerlifting since fucking 2007. And I remember going into college and doing a business course, and they were like, you need to do a business plan for something. and me and my buddy were big into powerlifting. This was like 2013. So we were like, let's make a business plan for a gym. That like we always thought in the back of our minds it would be cool to open up a gym, like a powerlifting gym. But we're like, let's have it just in case something happens. So we made like a 50-page business plan.
50 page?
Yeah,
Oh,
like with
shit.
everything, like just hypotheticals, like equipment. What would this cost? What would this cost? What does this look like? And we locked it away in a safe for his safe. And let's go back to April of last year, and we were getting ready. Me and Alex Cup and Miranda Cup were getting ready for the Idaho Strongman State Championships, sitting at Starbucks, and we decided we were going to do it at the Fitness Lab, which is was a gym in Boise that they were training out of. And the gym ended up, the investors of the gym ended up pulling out of the gym.
Why?
There wasn't enough return.
Right.
And
so if you don't mind me jumping in real
please
quick.
do.
Right?
Yes.
So for those of you who want to open a gym and like hey, I think this is a great idea. Gyms close down every single day.
Dude, every
And
week right? There's a gym you can look up in Idaho, in Boise specifically.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very difficult business and you're in a very saturated market, right? So
especially here.
So I know you'll dig deeper into it, but just keep that in mind, right? Like you have to be willing to lose money up front, a lot of money, probably
a lot of money
up front, and you got to find a ways to keep that going. But,
yeah. So
they pulled out.
The manager the manager who was managing the gym didn't own the majority share of the gym. So the investors pull out and he's like, fuck, I don't have enough money to keep running this gym. So he goes down to Alex and Miranda and was like, I'm sorry, guys. He's like, more or less, the gym is closing in a month. And they're like, a month? And granted, these personal trainers, this is their livelihood. And if they don't train, they don't make money and potentially could lose everything, not have a roof over their heads.
Like, fuck, I gotta go find a job, a real job.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. A 9 to 5, which
9 to 5,
dude,
yeah.
oh God.
Fuck that.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So Alex calls me and he's distraught. He's like, well, I don't know what we're going to do about the strongman gym or the strongman competition. Like, let alone what am I going to do? What is Miranda going to do? And I'm still in the military at this time. And I'm like, dude, we're going back to Starbucks. Like, let's sit down. So we sit down and I'm like, well, I guess it's better time than ever to let's just build our own shit. Let's build our own gym. And even more context to this is, dude, me and Alex and Miranda have been to multiple gyms across the valley. And we've seen the downfall of a lot of gyms.
Right.
And I left multiple gyms because I just saw what was going on behind the scenes and saw how they really treated people, treated their equipment, treated the facility. And I ended up actually going to Gowan for a lot of the times. And for people that don't know what Gowan is a military base in Boise, has a gym. And I was like, fuck this, dude. I'm just going to go to
music
Gowan.
playing in Gowan.
Nothing.
It's like working out in a library.
Yes.
Weird.
They have decent equipment.
Yeah, great facility. It's just that was the awkward part for me. I walked in, I was like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it has like some rogue equipment. Like, don't get me wrong, it has everything you need. It's just the environment, the atmosphere isn't there. And
culture is huge for a gym.
Yeah. So I was upset at the time and I was like, fuck this. And I talked to Alex and I was like, okay, well, when your back's against the wall, what are you going to do, dude? This is like sometimes, and the majority of the time that I found in life is that it's never the perfect opportunity, dude. Like you might have a fucking plan, but you got to just fucking do it. You got to jump sometimes, man. And I felt at that time like, dude, this is it. Either we're going to do this or we're never going to do this. And this is the time. And we're not prepared. Like we don't have we can get prepared. But like, I'm fucking scared, man. I don't know what I'm doing. Like I'm talking about this, like we're going to do this. I will figure it out. But it's like, dude, what about all of these X, Y, and Z's? And it's like back against the wall. We have to figure this out.
Yep. That's where a lot of people, I think, struggle, right? Because I always tell people the same thing, right? Like, it's not the right time. It's like, I wait to do this. This has to be perfect. And it's never going to be perfect.
There's never a right time.
And sometimes the best way to learn is through the fires of error and
Yeah.
having fault.
Yeah. So we fucking jumped, dude, and we
Good.
had 1 month to figure it out before they lost their jobs. And I talked to them and I'm like, well, do you have like a savings? Like, what are you gonna do? And they're like, we don't like
Didn't have anything.
no.
Oh fuck.
Like we have 1 month to figure this out or we're gonna lose our house.
Ugh.
Okay, here we go. Let's go. So our first steps, I fucking called Brad, my roommate in college. Said, hey man, open up the safe. Give me my business plan. He's like, you're doing it? Like, I'm fucking doing it. So he sends me a copy of the business plan that we made. Granted, it wasn't updated, right? But it gives me a plan of like, okay, what do
Gives
I
you a
start needing
foundation.
to think about, right?
Yeah.
So we needed to figure out what, like, as a gym, what are you going to use for equipment, dude? Like, the equipment is the biggest expense. And that's what people, we start figuring out. Okay. We brought Maritza, who was a trainer at Fitness Lab, in as well. So it was Maritza, her husband, George, Miranda, Alex, myself, and Izzy. And we started delegating our tasks. So our biggest thing was to figure out how are you going to get equipment? What do we need? Right. So we delegated out of the 6 of us. Okay. For me personally, I was like, I'm going to worry about the powerlifting equipment. I'm going to get the weights, like the 45-pound plates, all those plates. I'm going to get weight trees. I'm going to get a combo rack. And what we were doing was the fitness lab was closing down, right? They needed to liquidate all of their equipment. So we ended up fucking going back and forth with them of like, okay, what would you sell us these pieces of equipment for? And basically like haggling, like bargaining. And that's all we could do because we're coming in
with no money,
with basically
very
limited funds.
Yeah.
And so we're just like, we need the basics of equipment. And dude, if you look at it, like if you're looking at the Mecca, or you're looking at big time gyms or hundreds of thousands of dollars of equipment. Yeah. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Like that's going to be your biggest expense. And if you don't have a backer or you're not coming in with money, okay, we're looking at Facebook Marketplace and trying to find pieces of equipment that aren't shitty that people are going to want to use, but at the same time,
you still want them to be some sort of like commercial type equipment, not like
some like the people are going to want to use. So we are haggling and we ended up getting that equipment from the fitness lab, at least pieces of equipment. And Alex and Miranda were coming in with strongman equipment. And
so how did you come up with the money or the funds to get all the equipment for them?
So for them, they ended up taking out Maritza and George. They pulled out their 401k and said, fuck it.
Let's go.
It's time.
Okay.
I ended up saving money from deployments. I took the money that I saved up from deployments. And then Miranda and Alex had a little bit saved up, like for a rainy day. And then they took out a personal loan to figure out the rest of the equipment.
Okay.
So we ended up getting the equipment, right? And at the same time, you have to find a space, dude. And what people don't realize about gym spaces, especially, dude, in Boise, like talk about the most saturated market. It's gyms and coffee shops in Boise. Yeah. It's like that's the most saturated market. So what people don't realize is we started, calling around, dude. And we're on a time clock. We got 30 days to figure this shit out, dude. And we're buying equipment like without a space. But we have to figure shit out. We're just like, fuck it. We got to do something. And we're calling around to places. And there is a lot of places that lease spaces that will not allow gyms to go into the spaces. And so we're calling around and they're like, what do you want to do in our space? Like, oh, we own a gym, or like we're trying to set up a gym. They're like, absolutely not. Like, we won't do gyms. And we're like, why? And they're like, well, for one, usually gyms take up a lot of parking spots. They're like, we have a lot of small businesses around our, facility, and we want them to have parking spots. And they're like, two, the music, like you guys are going to play loud music. We're not having that. And they're like, three, a lot, like the insurance won't cover the damages that, like, if you broke the floor with lifting or whatever, they just won't take that risk. Yeah. So dude, we called, probably 30 places. And it was like, sorry.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we dealt with that too.
Yeah. So we're like,
These spaces when you go to lease, like with us, it was big trucks come pulling in. They're like, "Oh, you have semis delivering stuff?" Like, yeah. Like,
yeah.
oh, we can't have that.
Yeah.
What? It's a warehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. No, I
So
feel you.
we finally found a spot and it was 4,500 square foot. And they had two spots available. And we're looking at it. We're like, 4,500. Like, that's okay. That's pretty big. It's in our budget. But then, like, you're going down to the lease, monthly lease. And you're like, dude, that's 4,200 bucks a month. Okay. And they're like, but we have a bigger spot. Like, it's 7,000 square foot. And it's 7,500 bucks a month. And we're like, fuck, we're like doing the math. We're like, we need X amount of people to come. Like,
Yeah. More
okay,
space, the better.
guess what? You
But
know,
almost double the.
almost
Whew.
double the lease, right? And it's like, I call my dad. I'm like, hey, he's been in business before, restaurant business. He owned his own businesses and shit. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what do you think? I'm like, should we just go with a smaller one? Like, we know we can afford that. He's like, the worst thing you can do is to start small and overgrow and not have any room for growth. He's like, you'll make it. Like, get the bigger space so you can grow into it. If
Yeah.
you have to limit the amount of people that are coming, like, you're going to cap the amount of money that you can make a month. And that's the worst thing you can do, especially when you're tied into a 3-year lease.
Mhm.
So we said, fuck it. Basically, fucking hung our nuts out and was like, let's do it, dude. So we end up getting this fucking contract. And we find this spot, we get the contract, and it's fucking like 75 pages long, dude. Like, like, as you know, like lease space, like getting a contract for a lease, you're like, what in the fuck is going on?
You almost have to pay a lawyer to review it all.
You do
cover your ass.
You
know?
do pay a lawyer.
Yeah.
That's another thing, right? And lawyers aren't fucking cheap, dude. There's another $2,000 that you're spending for a lawyer to look over your stuff. So we had a lawyer look over our stuff, making sure. And dude, took us like 6 hours. That lawyer, like, we sat down on a Zoom call and he fucking marked everything. He's like, you can't have this. He was a lawyer for gyms. Can't have this. Can't have this. Can't have this. You're going back and forth, dude. Back and forth with the lawyer. We finally get that figured out, got the lease signed and everything. We started, we're collecting equipment, getting all that done, and we're like, okay, it's fucking coming down. We're 2 weeks we're a week out and 2 weeks out from grand opening day. And we don't have the keys to the lease, and the city of Garden City emails us and says, we don't have your business plan on file, and you need one or you're not going to be able to open in 2 weeks. And we're like, what the fuck, dude? And we find out that a gym in the Boise area called Garden City and ratted on us, and because if they don't know what's going on, like, usually you can get the business plan up and running even while you're like, it's not technically what you're supposed to do, but get your business permit after the fact, right? But you're supposed to get it before the fact. But one of the fucking gyms didn't want us to open.
Yeah.
So they called the city on us to rat us out. So we're freaking out because you need to get fire code in there. They need to bless everything off. You need to get, before you can even open it, they'll just shut your ass down.
Yeah.
So the guy was actually really cool that we talked to, but that's just another step in it, right? We finally get all that done, and then you're starting to think about, okay, we collected the equipment, and the equipment we had, dude, we got lucky because the fitness lab closed down a gym, it was a big gym. I think it was like 14,000 square foot. So they had all the equipment you had, but they're just like a general gym. So they don't have like a lot of the powerlifting, strongman equipment. So we're buying that stuff in. And by the time you're looking at it, like, dude, all of us combined and all the equipment we had, like, over 50, 60, $70,000 worth of stuff that we just bought.
Yeah.
And that's not the high end shit, dude. That's just shit that you're gonna get. We got a half price,
right?
And we're,
I mean, I know some of these, but you own, that's the nice stuff. You own the equipment outright, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of these bigger gyms, they'll end up leasing all the equipment, and they don't even own it.
No.
At the end, they have to buy it out.
Yeah.
And so A lot of these big gyms that people go to today here in Boise, a lot of that equipment's leased.
Yeah.
So,
and I don't know the tax write-offs in regards to that, because I've heard back and forth in regards to whether you want to lease your equipment, whether you want to buy your equipment, how that looks writing off on taxes. I don't know. I'm not a fucking. I'm. Whoa, got dark.
yeah, light died.
So you're paying your lease, and just some other things to think about, like if you want to open up your gym, like, so we had $70,000 worth of equipment. That's plus, like, you need to get horse matting or matting for underneath the floors,
Protect the
right?
floor.
But that's not even talking about like the computer, like what kind of software are you going to have to run your gym? And there's a lot of
Right.
softwares out there, but they're expensive, right?
Yeah.
And they're a couple $100 a month. And not only are they a couple $100 a month to run it, they take a percentage of every sale that you do. And it's 1 to 4%. So every fucking time you get someone to sign up at the gym, they're taking a cut of that, dude. So it might show that you're making $10,000 a fucking month, but you're realistically only making $8,000 a month, because that's how much they're fucking taking from you, which is just ludicrous. So you got to think about that. And we also, like, you have to get insurance, right? And 24-hour insurance versus like a regular, like, staffed hour insurance, it's like double or triple the amount of money that you're going to spend. So like you're going from like
More chances for something to
$200 to
happen.
like $500 to $600 of your 24-hour insurance.
Wait, $500 to $600 a month?
If you're doing 24-hour insurance, if your insurance is going to insure you for 24 hours, right?
Yeah.
So we just got the basic, like I can't fucking afford $600 on top of the. So we have, we go through Mind Body, which is our software program, which is like a couple $100, plus the insurance, which is a couple $100, plus the $7,300 a lease. And then you're talking about air conditioning and talking about heating and cooling. That's a couple $100 a month.
And you have to keep that going all the time.
24/7.
Right.
Especially, dude, we tried to cut it in the summer and we found out, like, when it's 100 degrees, people would just come up and complain to us that it was too hot.
Yeah.
Because I was like, fuck it, dude, who cares? Like, it's a gym,
Yeah.
And we were losing people because they were like, I don't want to be in this. And we're like, fuck it, we got to fucking, because it was saving us like $200, $300 just cutting it for a little bit. It would get hot, you know? These are all the things you need to think about. And then on top of that, how are people going to get into your gym? Do you have a key code? Do you have one of those software systems where you get the fobs and fucking they can, plug in? Each of those fobs cost $1, $2 to fucking get, just to give to your people, let alone the amount of money that you're spending on the actual key code or the fucking fob system. And we ended up not going with the fob system because the fob system was like 5Gs, 6Gs. We went with the key code system, and that's still fucking $2,500 that we had to fucking get installed, right? Because you have the software, you have the you have the program that you have to run, you have all these extra costs, right? In your lease that you sign, depending on where you're signing it, you need to have a fucking a sign up. You need to get a sign up. Like, we just have like a fucking banner up. But if you don't get a sign up, it's like they fine you every month. We got quoted for our sign, for our logo.
Probably expensive as hell.
$12,000.
Yeah.
$12,000.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to be real and to open people's eyes of like what is going to be pushed down to you and how much realistically everything costs, right? So yeah, we talked about the signs, 2,500, and then just the miscellaneous costs of, like, you're going to want to get a computer system. You're going to want to have like a nice computer system for the front. You're going to want to have something that runs music. So it's probably going to be a laptop.
Yep.
You're going to want to have good speakers. That's going to be another
Music's
cost.
important,
Music's
man.
huge, dude, with the atmosphere. Which doesn't, good speakers cost a lot of money. You also want to think about bathroom supplies. People don't want to think about that, dude. God damn, do we go through a lot of fucking toilet paper?
People shit.
Yeah, because everyone takes pre-workout and then they go, dude, they
annihilate your toilets.
I talk to
then
people.
You need someone that's going to go clean them toilets too, because toilet paper is not going to clean up all the mess. Like, I don't know how many times I've been into bathrooms in a gym and they're just annihilated.
Dude, and I'll talk to motherfuckers and they're like, yeah, dude, I don't. and I can't tell them not to, but they're like, I don't go to the bathroom at my work. I just come straight here, take pre-workout, and then I go to the bathroom at the gym.
I just
And
unload
I'm
2
like,
days
God
worth.
damn it, dude.
Yeah, on Monday when I come here, you're getting Saturday and Sunday's worth. God.
So you have that, dude. And yeah, you also got to think about, so 6 of us. I
You have to
couldn't
split
imagine.
profit.
I couldn't imagine.
Doing it by yourself. Yeah, there's no way you would have.
We ended up coming up with a system of everyone really splits the load equally. Every single person has.
That's good.
I'm working 12 hours a week at the gym. Everyone is working 12 hours a week at the gym. That's not including training people. That's just time that you're working there.
Yeah. Working the front desk, checking people in.
Yeah, you have to.
Yep.
Because you think like we don't have the capital, like we didn't have the backing, nor do we have the money right now to hire someone. So it's all on you. So like your rotation is okay, you're at the front desk, you're checking people in, you're making sure that like if people want to get signed up, you have to use the software system to be able to sign people up, making sure that the key, like you put them in the system for the key code. So you program them into the key code, as well as you're fucking cleaning, man. And that's like the biggest thing is the cleanliness of the gym. And you're cleaning twice. We're cleaning twice a day.
Yeah, you have to.
Like mopping
Gyms
twice a day, sweeping twice a day,
gyms here that
cleaning
don't do that
the
twice
bathrooms
a week.
twice a day. Dude, there's gyms that won't clean once a week. They won't fucking clean once a week. Yeah. And like dude, after one day, after 24 hours, gross. It is fucking gross in there. The amount of foot traffic and just the amount of sweat and like hair, and it's just fucking gross.
So on the positive side, build the gym, create the culture.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the beautiful thing. And that's something that I think has made you guys successful because you've dialed into your niche, right? That's why you're going to see like Fitness Lab. What was their niche?
There wasn't. And that's the thing.
Right. Right. And then you have like all these other little Anytime Fitnesses and stuff, just the small, and you see a lot of those go out of business. But yours is dedicated to powerlifting and strongman, just strength sports.
Yeah.
Right.
And you got to know your audience too. And that should come at the beginning of like your business plan of figuring out who your audience is going to be, because out here you might be able to get away with a regular gym somewhere else that's just not a niche gym. But out here, man, every corner, it seems like, has a gym, right? Yeah. And how are you going to compete? How are you going to get the mom and dad or the older grandparents or whatever at your gym and compete against a Planet Fitness that can charge $10 a month, dude? And all those people want to do is just go on the treadmill.
Yeah.
And just pay $10 a month. Like, you can't compete against that again if you're a regular gym, right? So you got to have a niche. And as out here, we had a niche, and you just got to create a fucking atmosphere and culture and community, man. And
that's what I've noticed with you guys have a solid community. Like you got your people love you guys, and they're all about the until death barbell and the iron barbell, the whole mantra,
Yeah, and that was our big thing, and that's just something to put for those who are listening to think about. Making a gym is, what do you stand for? What do you believe in this gym, and what kind of community you're trying to build? Yeah. And that's what people look for at a gym. We've had a lot of people that have left other gyms for our gym. And we have a really good rate of, at least for the past 9 months that we've been in business, that we haven't had a lot of people leave. Like there is a lot of turnover in the gym business.
Yeah.
And
it's bound to be.
Yeah. Right. For one reason or another. So just keeping that culture the way it is. And then you also got to think about, so we talked about employees. You got to think about how much you're willing to charge a month, and you don't want to undersell yourself, but at the same time, that the Planet Fitness down the road,
you need to be competitive.
Yeah, but you don't want to be like, okay, you're opening up a gym that doesn't have top of the line equipment. Like we have good equipment. I'm not saying ours is shit, but it's not the Arsenal equipment that some gyms have, right? But are you going to charge people $70 a month? And why are you going to charge people $70 a month? Right. So you got to be competitive, but at the same time, you can't fucking oversell yourself. So just thinking about how much you're going to charge people a month. And then one of the biggest things is the website driving chat or traffic, as the Google engagement or where you fucking your SEI is in Google, like where you show up. Like if
SEO?
yeah, SEO, sorry. Where like when I Google powerlifting gyms in Boise, how is my gym going? Is my gym going to show up top 3? Because the majority of people that fucking type in that, like they're only going to look at the first page and they're only going to look at like the 2 or
Top
3
2.
that top,
Yeah.
you know? If
Yep.
yours is on the second page, you're fucked.
Yeah.
So how do you get to that? How is your social media engagement? What are you going to put up on social media? Do you know how to fucking use social media? Do you have a photographer? You better fucking learn to be a photographer because you're not going to hire a photographer.
Right.
Do you have a camera? Okay, there's an extra expense. Do you know how to edit videos? That's a way different ball game than just taking a picture of
Now
someone.
you're either having to learn how to do it yourself, which is just even more additional responsibility, or you're gonna have to pay somebody, which is gonna mean coming out of pocket even more.
Even more than
Right? Because then you're
already.
paying for someone else's experience. You're paying for their skill set.
Yeah. So, yeah, driving that traffic, what does that look like, and learning all those skills because you're probably, I mean, for us, dude, I don't have any fucking backing, man. Mommy and daddy didn't give me any money.
Yeah.
It was all on me.
Yeah.
You know, and
I think that's the good news of this is like anybody who's looking at starting a gym, like you can do it.
you can fucking do it. That's what I'm saying. I'm just
but-
trying to be real with you guys.
Yep.
Like, and I'll give you like, dude, there's highs. Like, dude, I can walk into my fucking gym, put on whatever music I want, and fucking jam out.
Yeah.
And no one can tell me that I'm not going to put this piece of equipment in or do this to the gym, put this flag up, put whatever I want. You know,
Yeah.
that's the highs. The lows are all of this, you know, and there's a lot, man. It's not fucking easy.
No.
It's not this
Never
fucking,
is.
oh, I'm just in the gym. I love it. Like, there's a lot of shit, literally, that you're cleaning up.
Yeah.
And then talking about trainers too. Like, what does your business model look like in regards to, are you going to have trainers? What are they going to pay? Are they going to pay a percentage of what they're coming in at? Like,
Yeah.
do they pay a percentage of the gym? Do they pay a flat rate to the gym? Like all this extra revenue you have to think about because base payments for just people that are month to month or year to year aren't going to pay the bills for at least the first fucking, dude, they say 2 years.
Yeah. I believe that.
For a small business, especially a gym.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and that's the tough part is then you also have to look at like because if you're just relying on memberships, right? So someone's like, yeah, I want to open a gym. If you're just going to rely on memberships, then I mean, you could probably break even, but you're never going to get to kind of that next level where profitable unless you start bringing in additional stuff. Like
you have to,
you start looking at training, like you're talking about bringing in trainers because that's additional resource, it's additional services you can offer, and more profit you can bring in, and then supplement line, like bringing in a supplement line, so it's another revenue stream for you. Apparel, right?
Exactly.
That's what you see. The good gyms that are doing well, they have that dialed in. They have full line of trainers, they sell supplements, they have apparel, they have all these different services they offer, right?
You have to.
Yeah.
Have to, because the far and few of the gyms, unless you're maybe like a big fucking Planet Fitness, and not even Planet Fitness, maybe like an Anytime Fitness or whatever, is making money off of the amount of people that come, just the foot traffic. So that's another thing to think about is, what's the additional income that you can bring? Like the trainers, can you bring in outside services like chiropractor, like massage therapist? And
so that's
what does that look
done
like?
That has been like, you see that at other bigger gyms too. You guys were good with getting that in because you see a lot of gyms don't have that. So you brought in the chiropractor, you brought in the massage therapist, you brought in
nurse practitioner we had on that can do your hormones. Like that's just other stuff. And then what does that look like in regards to, okay, I need to have a fucking legal binding contract so they can't just fucking rip roar out of here and then you're stuck with this, right?
Right.
Because, we ended up building out like offices for them and spending more money.
But then you charge them
resources
for space.
For space, right?
Smart move. It drives more profit back into you as well.
But then you have to go talk to lawyers again to be like, okay, is this a legal binding contract? What does this look like? Am I missing anything here in this contract? I don't want to get fucked over. Right. Because people are shady, man, and people will fucking
take advantage.
They'll rip out of there, dude, and then you're stuck with another, there's an $800 that you're missing a month, because they're like, I don't think this is good for us. It's like, So that's just other things to think about in regards to other different sources of revenue. There's always going to be equipment that breaks in regards to, dude, in the past 9 months, how many bars have we gone through? How many fucking pieces of equipment how many
Broken
cables
down.
have fucking snapped? How many treadmills have broken? Like that, you better have fucking money for that shit, And a lot of gyms are bad about fucking replacing equipment real quick and doing that shit. It is expensive.
Shit just sits there with an out of order sign taped to it
Yep.
for weeks.
Yep. So you got to have, that capital too. And the amount of fucking vacuums that I've gone through in the past 9 months, dude. The shop vacs or the vacuum, like the industrial vacuums, like $1,000, dude. We finally bought one of the backpack vacuums.
Did
That
you?
you see.
Yeah.
They're worth it for sure,
Just
but they're
walk around
fucking
back,
expensive.
looking like a Ghostbuster, right?
But we've blown out 4 or 5
Yeah.
vacuums in
I
9
believe it.
months because there's so much fucking shit that just gets on the floor that just gets like they just break, dude.
Yeah.
Like a regular vacuum just can't handle a gym,
No.
And then you never fucking work out. Let me tell you, you think that you're spending all this time in the gym that you're going to work out all day, every day. Yeah, dude, you never work out. There's always shit going on. There's always stuff that you got to do at the gym, or like people are coming in to check it out, or you need to sign memberships up, or you need to do fucking, I don't know, replenish the fucking toilet paper because it's all gone.
And I know you're still like in like a year. Yeah, you're still kind of newish at it because I see you still working out at your gym.
Yeah, I
Like,
work out. Yeah.
I think it'll probably get to a point where you're going to start lifting somewhere else. Like I see that happen with everywhere. You know, a lot of trainers at other gyms. Like, fuck, I just have to get a break away from that place.
I get that.
I think maybe with you, it's because you are owner, though. This is your baby, so maybe not. Maybe not. But that could happen.
I
I
have seen.
I need a change of scenery.
Yeah, I've seen owners. Yeah, I've seen owners and trainers that are there all day, every day. They're like, I work here. I'm like, I don't even feel like working out because I'm here all the time. Right. I need to get out of this atmosphere and go somewhere else.
See that all the time.
Yeah, which I get. Yeah. And then, dude, one of the biggest things, and I don't think it gets talked about a lot, is dealing with gym drama. Dude, there is so much drama that goes into gyms. Granted, we haven't really had it, but we are strict on who comes and who is able to join the gym. Yeah, because we're all about culture. And I found
so have you told people no?
Yeah.
People show up
multiple
like,
people. Yeah. Because we just don't think that they're a good fit.
Yep.
From one reason or another, because I think one person can make or break it, dude.
Yeah.
I've been to gyms where one person, I fucking walk in, I'm like, nope, and I fucking leave.
And it spreads quick too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's just like a cancer, man. And they start bringing their friends in, and it's like, oh, dude, this is not a good group of people.
Yeah, just
I don't want to be
toxic.
Around these people, man. Yeah, dude, I've been to gyms where these motherfuckers are like drinking in the gym, drinking alcohol in the gym. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
like doing drugs in the gym, dude. Like, no, like it's not happening here. You're not fucking doing drugs here. Yeah.
Damn.
So just keeping that culture, just keeping that mindset, and also something that people don't think about is like summer versus winter months that we've dealt with in the past 9 months. Is winter months are really good. After the 1st of January, you're like, I'll get all these New Year's resolutioners out there that want to come and lift. And then by the summer months, everyone either pauses their memberships or cancels their memberships for the multiple months because they're outdoors.
Yep.
And they're going to be out, or they're
so
like,
it's like, how do you survive those weaker months?
So you need to have a nest egg. You need the nest egg. You've got to remember to save money. And dude, we haven't made a penny. We've been lucky that we've really pushed. And in the past 6 months, it took us 4 months to break even at the gym.
Good.
So for the first 4 months, we were eating it and we were putting more money into the gym, more money that we didn't put in that we.
Yeah. You were coming out of pocket still.
Yeah. Hundreds of thousands, or not hundreds of thousands, hundreds, if not thousands of dollars out of each one of our pockets just to pay the lease. We're like, it's going to get here. We just need to fucking keep going. And yeah, within 4 months, we ended up breaking even, and now we're doing okay.
Yeah.
That it pays for itself, but we haven't taken any money out of it. Like we
Dump it
came to
back
the
in.
agreement. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Right. So,
Same
dude,
thing.
every that 12 hours that we spend in the gym every week is not paid.
It's free.
It's free.
Yeah.
Just to keep a culture, just because one, people needed a space that they can train and actually train their clients.
Yeah.
Right. And we wanted an atmosphere that was conducive to trainers being able to train their clients and having a payment structure that like allowed trainers to be able to make money, because a lot of gyms just fucking take like 40%.
Yeah.
We want 40% of what you're making. We just have a flat
Goes
rate.
to us.
If we have a flat rate, like you just pay this. I don't care how many fucking clients you have. We're going to keep pushing clients to you, but here you go. You pay this amount a month. Having that, and then just having a culture that's conducive to strength, dude. I think people forget about, like, in gyms, that's, dude, thrown by the wayside for some reason. Like, I don't know. It gets to become this clicky bullshit that like keep your shit at the door. Like everyone's here to get stronger in one way or the other.
Yeah.
And people forget that.
Yeah, gym should be more uplifting and helping one another out, supporting one another, cheering one another on. And
Yeah. So
you find that some places and within some groups.
Yeah.
And there's definitely cliquish people that just talk shit.
Yeah. So on the positives, because I gave a lot of like,
Yeah.
You're probably going to pay $100,000 your first year out of pocket. That's minimum. That's like the bottom of the barrel, you know. But the positives are that you can create whatever you want. You don't need anyone to fucking fund you. You can do it. You can figure out your way. You can create the atmosphere that you want. With the gym, you can bring in whatever equipment you want, whatever you see. Again, you create the environment in regards to whatever music you want to fucking play. You play it.
Yeah.
No one's gonna tell you no in regards to whatever you want to do. If you want to fucking break down a wall and make a new area, whatever, dude.
But it's also a culture you create. It's something that is a part of you, and you're making a difference in people's lives, right? Like that's got to make you feel good. Like these motherfuckers, like I don't know. For some gyms, it's people going in and losing weight, but for yours, it's the excitement of that dude fucking ripping
breaking PRs,
you know, and screaming, and you guys getting excited with them and shit. You know, that's you're on that journey with them.
Yeah.
They're on the journey with you.
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing.
Which is a journey of life in itself.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I'm not trying to scare people away. I just think
I think that people need, there's a false reality out there. And yeah, vision is cool, and it's cool like when you first get into it and you're like, oh, I could do this, I could do that. Like I've had visions with stuff, but then you start peeling back the layers of the onion and you're like, this is completely unrealistic, right?
Yeah.
And even same thing goes in the supplement world. You know, I've had people that, hey man, you know, I listened to your fucking videos and I reached out to this manufacturer and I didn't realize, dude, I can make a pre-workout for $10,000. I can get started. It's like, you can have a product for $10,000. You need 100,000 to get started, right? You're not thinking of, like you talked about, you're not thinking about the insurance. You're not thinking about the website. You're not thinking about the fucking, all the dude, there's so much that goes into it. There's so much. It's not just buying a product. If you want to buy a product and sell it out of your trunk, yeah, $10,000, that's all you need.
Yep.
But if you want to create a real business, then you're going to be running, it's going to cost you.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just reality, man. And I'm not to say that, like, I'm here to support whoever, dude. If you want to put 100%. A powerlifting gym right next to our gym, and let's do it, dude. Like, cool. But yeah, I mean, I have a lot of younger guys that think about it, like, and granted, it's naivety, but I'm glad that they have hopes and dreams and goals, like that they want to do this.
Yeah.
But in the reality of it is, and also the reality is we had to, Alex, Miranda, myself, Maritza, and George, you have to, when you get a lease, you have to put up all of your business or all of your statements in regards to tax statements, in regards to how much you're making, in regards to how much assets you have, because these people in the lease, they're looking at this lease for 3 years. And we did the math, and it was like we're paying what, $7,000 a month times 12 is, I don't fucking know, 80, 90,000. So
Yeah.
let's just say 90,000, almost 100,000 a year in lease. You're signing it saying you will give them this
Right.
money.
Right. You have to have a
In
track
the
record. They have to
total-
be able to see, like, okay, can this person really pay this?
In the total of it, it's like $300,000 that we're going to pay over 3 years.
Yeah.
And they were like, you guys don't have enough capital, nor do you have enough assets to fucking do this. So what are you going to do? So we had to go to Maritz's dad and was like, hey, we're going to do this. And
Yeah.
had someone who is older, has resources and assets that they could put up as collateral to be like,
Yeah.
okay, if they fail, you can take all of this. Because we didn't have anything, dude. And
Right.
that's another thing to think about, is that's what they're looking for. And banks now, it's like impossible to get a fucking business loan if you're gonna,
Yeah.
you don't have anything to put up. What are you gonna
No.
put up? They're not like, dude, in this economy right now, it's like,
That's what I'm
dude,
saying. People don't, yeah, you definitely, you have to have some sort of history, right?
Mhm.
Like, you either have to have money or else your credit has to be phenomenal. Even with my credit where it's at, like, I have like an 810, like almost perfect
Yeah.
score, right? And even when we took out the loan for this business to help it keep growing, I still had to put my house up as collateral.
Yeah.
Like, so if I fail and I default
the
and I'm like,
house.
I can't pay on these loans anymore, then they get my house.
Yeah.
But I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
And that's the type of confidence you need to have. But you're right. Like, people need to think about that too. Like, in order for you to get like, all right, well, I'll just go get a bunch of money to open this gym up. You need to have
You
something.
need to have something, dude. And that's like,
People aren't just going to hand you fucking money.
No, because their ass is on the line.
Yeah.
Like they have a space to fill. You're not gonna fucking be able to give me that money. Okay. And guess what, dude? Like you default on that shit. Not only are they taking the fucking money, the assets and resources that you signed on the dotted line, like they potentially could take all your fucking equipment too.
Yeah.
And sell it off
Yeah.
to allocate that money, to liquidate to
Get
have
some of
that
their money
money,
back.
dude. So that's another thing.
And they're
to
going to
think
sell it at
about.
pennies on the dollar.
Fuck yeah, they're gonna sell
They
it
don't
for
give a
pennies
fuck.
on the dollar, man. Like you just spent 70, 80 fucking, we probably have, yeah, probably we definitely have over 50K, probably 60K um in machines alone, and they're gonna fucking sell it for like 30K, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just real, man. I don't know. Just it's interesting, the gym business and the gym, it's very different. It's what I expected, more or less. You know, it's not all fucking rainbows and roses.
Would you recommend, if someone was still interested, would you recommend potentially they get a job at a gym to get more behind the scenes, like intern or do something like that?
I think so. I think that it's like I would like the majority of people that I know that own a gym, unless you had money to back that gym, were usually trainers, because you need to train to make money too. Because a lot of people, as we know, when you create a gym, as I'm talking about, you're not making money up front. So you need to make money somehow. So probably getting into that, it's being a trainer first, because you learn a lot about being in the gym and working at the front desk.
Yep.
We had the opportunity. It was good because Alex worked in Axiom, and he worked at the front desk at Axiom. He was sales at Axiom for a while.
Yeah.
This was like back fucking 10 years ago. So he had all the ins and outs of how they do their sales pitches and how they actually do sales.
Yeah.
So doing that kind of stuff, because dude, you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know that shit.
So the crazy thing is, like you said, and obviously, again, not trying to scare anybody away, but gyms fail all the time. And even here in the Valley, Axiom before them was Gold's Gym. They all shut down.
Yep.
And they had the one privately owned Gold's Gym on Meridian Road that Mecca now resides at. That one shut down. And same thing. But Alex Hormozy, if you guys get a chance, go listen to his shit.
Yeah.
Alex Hormozy, who saves businesses now. You know how he got his start, right? No? So Alex Hormozy, who's like, what, a billionaire? He's one of the richest guys in the world now, and he does all his YouTube videos talking about, investing and shit like that. But he had the gym. God damn it, I can't remember what it's called. He would go save gyms.
Interesting.
Yeah. because so many gyms were shutting down. And
yeah.
he made this gym. He made a franchise of his gyms, and he was very, very successful at it. He was uber profitable off of it. And so he went kind of like the what is that shit on TV where they go in and save
Bar rescue.
bar rescue,
Yeah.
gym rescue. Yeah. So he basically do that. He would call up these failing gyms. He'd be like, hey, I'm gonna fly out there. I'm gonna save your fucking gym. And all I get is the initial sign up fees while I'm there. I get the initial sign up fees, all the programs that I sell. I get all that money. You get the rest of the business going forward. And
Mhm.
of course, these gyms are like,
Whatever I
yeah,
need to do.
no, duh.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, you're not charging me. Like,
Yeah.
so Alex Ramosi would go into these gyms and he would crush it. He would get them fucking hundreds of new signups. But then he was selling like these diet programs on top of it, and he was selling them for like crazy amounts. But he was such a good salesman. He would get these people to buy in. They would buy the diet
Mhm.
plans, and the reason he was so successful though is because he had years of experience working in a gym, and he was a trainer. And so he would build programs as people were like, hey, why aren't you buying this? Why aren't you buying that? Well, because this doesn't work for me. I need something more like this. And he would bing, he would go build out a program for this, and then he would save it. He would archive it. And then he would, find out what the next person, why they weren't buying. Oh, because I need a program that's more structured towards this. He would build out an entire program and he'd archive it. He would sell it to that person, but then he had it always at his disposal. So then he always had these tools and assets that he had at his disposal to sell. So you go in and he would make fortunes off of these gyms. They would
Mhm.
carry on. He would walk away with a couple, $20,000-$30,000 in
Yeah.
a weekend. And then he would move on to the next gym.
Do it again.
And then he realized, he's like, well, I can't keep up with this, because he was always traveling, always going to all these gyms. So then for a fraction of the cost, he would sell the entire program. He would be like, all right, you know what? You're going to pay me $5,000, $10,000. I'm going to give you this program. This is going to set your gym up for success.
Mhm.
I'll walk you through it over the phone. And then it snowballed into now he's just, one of the richest guys in the world. But it all started with this gym rescue program that he started. But there was a need for that program because of how many gyms fail. Right?
Yeah.
How many gyms fail because people jump in and they don't really realize, what it takes.
Yeah.
And like you even said, so that's why I asked you the question, because anybody who wants to get in the supplement space, I learned by fire, just like you guys learned from by fire. And while sometimes that's what it takes, I oftentimes recommend people don't do that, right?
Yeah.
Like jump in with, mentor somebody who owns a gym, like get in there, see how it operates.
Yeah.
Like I lost thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars over my first couple of years by making mistakes because I didn't understand the industry. I had business, I understood business, and I'd been in sales for the longest time, and I was like, I can make this work.
Yeah.
But every industry is different. So when you jump into an industry just fresh, it's like, oh fuck.
Yeah. And I'm not like, to go back on what I was saying, we had knowledge, like, don't get me wrong. We didn't jump in without anything, dude.
Right.
Like, we've been in the powerlifting world. We had the people around us. We had the clients already ready to go. Like, we had a community already to go, and we knew kind of how a gym operated, what we needed to do, what we were looking at. But in regards to like more business stuff that you really don't know, like, we didn't have that knowledge, and we learned throughout the way. So I would say you want to have some fucking knowledge.
Some
You can't
foundation.
just jump in.
Yeah, like with us in
right?
supplements, my only knowledge was what I knew about the ingredients from all of my research and shit like that. But when you get in the business side of it, it's like,
it's a lot, way more to it.
Yeah.
So so I hope that this
discussion, dude.
doesn't deter anyone in regards to, building a fucking business or whatever. I just want, especially for the gym atmosphere, I just feel like that there's a lot more to it than just buying equipment, having a place, and getting people in there. And, there's a lot more layers to it than that. But, I don't think, dude, if you have a good business model and good, especially for gyms, like, dude, you can make it. Like, I'm not here to say that if you put a gym in Boise, another gym that was a strength gym, that you couldn't make it,
Yeah.
It's just, you got to know your audience. You got to know what people are coming, and there's just steps to it. And you got to realize how much it's going to be and what it's going to cost, not only in time wise, but also money wise. So,
yeah, good discussion.
Yeah, I think so too.
Do we have any questions for them? Maybe.
Let me think.
Let us know about your favorite gym culture, right?
Yeah, I like
what
that.
makes it so? What's your favorite gym? Why you go to that gym? What it is about the culture that brings you back?
Yeah, yeah. And if you want to, tell us about a gym that you don't have to name the name, but what made you deter away from a gym?
Yeah, maybe a
What
gym
didn't you
left.
like about a gym that you left? And if it was Iron Legacy, please, by all means, tell me why you left us. Because we listen to our people
That's
and
true, you have
so
to, man.
yeah, no, I know. Gotta be. I want to know the both. I don't think we're infallible. Like, um, there's definitely things that we can do better for sure. Always, right?
Yeah,
But yeah.
always improving.
Listen to your people. That's another thing. Listen to your fucking people, dude. They're going to tell you what you could do better. I feel like people, I don't know, dude. Gyms are weird. Gym cultures are weird. Like some people that own gyms are really fucking weird.
Yeah.
And they sit on this pedestal.
I think
Just
that,
like, dude,
yeah.
just talk to your people. Like they're gonna tell you what they would like to see. And if you can make it happen, dude, they're gonna be there forever. If someone's gonna tell you, hey man, like it would be cool to see this, and you fucking actually like we're like, thought back and you're like, okay, yeah, you know
Yeah, that
what, you're
makes
right.
sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
As long as it's not like
Yeah.
crazy, because there are gonna be crazy stuff, but like, dude, you just like you listen to people and then you show them that you care about these people, guess what?
Yeah.
They're gonna stay at the gym.
Yeah.
Like, you get them a fucking bar, like a couple $100 is gonna might keep a person there forever.
Yeah.
So listen to your people. Listen to your people. That's it. That's all I have.
All right, Black Sheep family, thanks for tuning in. We
Yeah.
appreciate you guys. We'll talk to you next week.
We'll see you next week. Peace.
Bye-bye.